So let's find out if that's what will happen. Game 3, the decider. One of these squads will claim their first victory in the DPC. The other will be disappointed. But ultimately, you know, at the very least, you're not stressed about getting eliminated from the tournament. Doesn't really matter, right? It's all about TI. Just getting that seeding as high as humanly possible.
Yeah, and just trying to figure out some of the ways that you want to play Dota in this current patch. And I think for me, Limit may be starting to hone in on what works for them and what looks good for them in the Chinese region. Obviously, the Silencer is one of those heroes that I think looks really, really good for them. And also the way that they, you know, play A on one of these harder kind of carries. They give Chosen One some of his signature heroes, like his Pangolier or even his Ember Spirit, and they play this team coordinated kind of style. Whereas for TD, I think they're a little wobbly. They haven't really been able to find their footing in their previous series. They went down 2-0, so they didn't really get anything out of that. Their first game was a win, but it was a clunky win. And then game number 2, they kind of got outpaced. And so now it's up to game number 3. If TD have to restore any faith in me for the rest of the division, then I think this is a good place to start if they can win their lanes. But as you said, this is definitely like a 60-40 kind of draft. And if Limit just play it standard, straightforward, normal, and don't lose their lanes too hard, I think they're in a really good spot.
Actually, I'm sorry to do this to you, bro. I'm upgrading again.
Yeah.
I'm going back to 70-30. I'm looking at the situation. I'm like, I started thinking about this a bit more, right? With this Clockwork. Just Clockwork being, if Clockwork is standing next to Medusa, how on earth do they ever kill her? Like, they will not have enough range damage. Their only form of poke is through the Skyrath Mage. Somebody can buy like some pipe, some Glimmer Cape to help with that. The heroes that go in, you'll have like, what, 2 Blink Daggers on the Earthshaker Magnus, a charging Spirit Breaker. Just Clockwork being there. Just Battery Assault. That's it. That's all you need to have right next to Dusa. And then she just stands there. She presses R. You have no answer for the Stone Gaze. Yeah, I'm going all in. So actually, I'm going even higher, dude. I'm going 75. Let's go. 75, 25. Limit Gaming. And I also just don't believe in Earthshaker. I don't think we saw enough from Small KK in that last game to give us confidence in this hero through the mid lane at the very least.
Yeah, I think that's another thing for me as well, right? Like, obviously, they've got faith in Small KK and the Earthshaker because they've picked it now twice in 2 separate series in do or die scenarios. So they feel like this is something that Small KK can carry on. But after the performance he had on game number 1, I mean, just try and give him those kinds of heroes again, those heroes that he snowballs on. Maybe they should have looked for the Ember Spirit for him early on, but obviously they picked up the Magnus. So we'll see how it does work out. This is definitely a draft that they need to be really coordinated for TD. And if they're not, and that combo breaker does come out with the Clockwork, then, I mean, this could look a little weird and wacky again.
Top lane, we have Ionid and Aaron. Spirit Breaker, Darkseer. What a combo lane. Unfortunately for them, you know, of all the 5s that get picked into the laning phase right now, you know, you have sometimes Rubik gets picked, your Maidens, your Disruptors, Wyverns every now and then. Of all, like, you don't see Clockwork all that much anymore. And honestly, Clockwork is one of the best heroes for this particular combination of heroes to play into as a 5. Because they actually can't do their normal shenanigans of completely bullying you. 1-1, that's it. You've defended the lane already just with these 2 spells.
Yeah, I think that's a big reason why they insta-picked it, right? They were probably leaning towards the Clockwork with the heroes that they saw, but seeing the Earthshaker, they're like, yeah, we can stop everything that's going on right now with just Battery Assault and a hook shot. So this is a very good game to be playing Clockwork. Has to be careful not to overplay their hand too early on, though, which can be an issue sometimes with Clockwork.
Did get a 2-hero cogs, actually. Aaron took a lot of damage from the tower. Almost ended up taking a tumble. Fell down to about 70 HP. Any other hero except Spirit Breaker probably dies there, but Spirit Breaker has 874 HP at level 2. He's okay.
Yeah, a lot of armor, a lot of HP regen. It's a big boy, so... Yeah, these lanes not losing out on anybody's life just yet, but the CS is starting to go the way here of TD, and that's kind of the tale of what we've seen from all 3 of the games so far. I think TD are just slightly more mechanically skilled in their lanes, but it's about the team play for me now.
We'll see if this is going to also apply top. Aaron will be able to escape. Ranfu down in the meantime. Ends up getting the first blood off of the life of CXK. Beautifully done. get the bonus gold. It's in the Lanfa lane as well. And the fact that they did this before First Blood happens in the top lane is just the icing on the cake for the side of TD.
Yeah. Being able to not only save Eren, but also enable themselves with a lot more gold. So this is where these lanes are really going to start to snowball a little bit. I think for TD, you know, small KK is doing a good job on the Earthshaker. The one thing in this lane is ES is always going to have the last hitting prowess just because of Enchant Totem, and it's hard for the Ember Spirit to deal with that spam. But now that he's gotten a lot more levels, he can get the spam going back the way against small KK for Chosen One. And this could be a volatile lane as they both hit level 6, where it will start to get scary. But the bottom side, the Magnus is having a free time here on Lonfer, 22 and 5. Just going to build into the natural harpoon and treads and just be a universal hero, I guess.
Harpoon, what an item. I definitely love the trend. I love Harpoon, it's a great item. The trend overall of items are just having more upgradability. So you're not stuck with this hodgepodge of mid-game items 50 minutes in. It's a phenomenal idea, but it's too good on Magnus, man. It's, I don't know. Maybe it should be like the old days. You can't buy it on Magnus. You just have some hero bands for some items.
I think if they just fix the interaction with Harpoon into Skewer with the way that it, like, the hitbox works, then I think it's perfectly fine. Just the way that it works, that you can just Harpoon somebody and then Skewer them back to your team it's like old Horn Toss, right? Where you just blink in, you Horn Toss somebody in a 360 area around you, and then you just pull them back in your team. It just feels too easy to pull off.
Yeah. I'm sure if Collapse, wherever he is right now, he's like, no, don't do it. Leave it as is. I'm trying to win another TI, boys.
Please don't hurt my boy Magnus, please. Oh, I'm interested to see if that will be, you know, kind of the case. Team Spirit just start getting on the come up because Collapse is playing Magnus every game.
When I met him in Lima, it was his birthday the one day, right? So I met him in the elevator. I was like, oh, you know, happy birthday, all this. He's carrying his cake, his boys are with him. And I was like, all right, bro, what do you want? As we see Chosen One getting taken down middle, they definitely didn't want that. As he dies, bottom lane now is dead too. Oh no, caught in the rock and a hard place. CXK was going mid to potentially help the Ember. Doesn't get there in time. And then because he's not bottom dies too. This is going to hell in a handbasket. This is not how it was supposed to go. Well, with all these heroes being dead, I have enough time to finish the story. So anyway, I meet him, and I'm like, bro, except for winning the major, you can have anything in the world except winning the major. What would you want, right? And he says Magnus buffs. So Ice Frog was there too. He was in the elevator. He heard him, and he delivered down the stretch.
He gave Ice Frog an extra bit of cake. That's why the Magnus buffs came through. They were like, yeah, let's make Magnus a universal hero, and he's just thinking of Collapse's cake the whole time. Like, damn, that was good cake. I'm going to buff him even more. Make Harpoon? Yep, perfect Magnus item. It works with Skewer, perfect.
Item.
If only that's how the world works. A fight over the Wisdom Runes.
Yeah, who's going to win the clicking war? It's Ranfu Dao. He's going to die for this, but worth, dude. For that experience and the fact that Silencer doesn't have glaives, so he doesn't get int either, that is really feels good.
Yeah, I mean, Ranfu Dao's level 5 now, you know? So he's the same level as his Magnus. Yeah, he does give the extra tick of experience over the CXK, but I mean, the way that you're sitting right now, you're feeling pretty happy with that because everybody gets a lot of experience off of those Wisdom Runes. So, yeah, TD, they're starting out really well here. The lanes are going good. Small KK got himself a kill with a rotation coming in from Eren. And Lonfer is just being a Magnus. He's got almost maxed out in power. He's got his treads up and ready. He's going to go into Mask of Madness to try and increase that farming speed just a little bit more. Try to be a little bit more healthy. But yeah, with the way this game is going, TD are pretty happy. Going to get a Blink Dagger nice and early on small KK. Got a lot of levels on their supports, and they're starting to shut down a few of these cores as well. I do want to see them try and go for more of these early items. I like that small KK is going for this early blink, and I just really want to see them dial it up to 11 when they do get that blink, right? Just get a smoke, get a big kill on a Chosen One or even on the Medusa, and just kind of just go as fast as you possibly can with small KK while Magnus sits back and farms.
They would like to get Chosen One involved, and they were making a rotation down bottom. Unfortunately for them, they were scouted perfectly by the Observe Ward. Magnus, Valanfer, dragged himself back in middle. They're actually going to make a potential jump onto Ranfu Dao. Chosen One doesn't have the kill just yet. He's being charged into right now. and he decides against going for it. Aaron charges through him and actually stops off at CXK, gets the easy kill instead. So that's a very nice pickup. Good movement across the map for Aaron. Doesn't really give up anything to do this because he's a Spirit Breaker. Limit Gaming, somewhat struggling right now to deal with the praise that TD is putting on the map.
Yeah, TD are doing a really good job at using the Spirit Breaker. And so I'm surprised we haven't really seen much SB in this series. I think he was maybe banned game 1. Oh, what an Echo bottom.
What
Small
an Echo
KK.
Slam bottom from Small KK. What a reveal. Get it perfectly right around the Beastmaster army into the Clockwork. At the same time, they throw out the vacuum wall in the top lane, knowing that she doesn't have reinforcements. And Aaron able to get the kill onto the Medusa. Things starting to break apart almost immediately. TD exerting themselves on the map, and Small KK gonna get closer towards Blink Dagger because of that play down bottom. You also, as a reward for it being a good boy, got given a Young and Power on the way out. Feels good.
Yeah, it's always nice when you go and gank a Magnus's lane as a melee hero and he gives you an Empower on the way out. Feels good. So, yeah, this game is starting out red hot for TD, and this is the kind of coordination that I expected from them in the first 2 games. Being able to gank lanes and play really well on their own draft. Rosamund could be in trouble here. They will have Fissure as well as another enchant totem, but it looks like Small KK is close enough to blink to be able to just say, no, I wanted to sit back and chill for a bit. I'm only 200 gold away. Please just let me get it.
Chosen One really struggling with his net worth right now, not being able to progress through the game. The same is true for all the other cores. That enables them to play pretty much how they want to on the map. But they're trying to fix this. They're bringing some additional heroes down bottom. At least try to push through this area of the map. Get Ling now, his Vanguard. Open up some space for us. But TD are aware of this as well, and they've just picked up a Blink Dagger for Small KK. I believe we should probably see them try to reveal at bottom and defend the tower at the same time.
Yeah, he's just waiting on it now. He's going to clean up this creep camp. Gonna make their way towards bottom.
They just run underneath the tier 1 tower. They cogs, they roar. Now Ling Niao is being charged. He's actually going to die here. Oh no. It's all going south, Fluke. He is definitely not going to escape this. Aaron has Nether Strike. Small KK has a Blink Dagger. And Beastmaster has a quick trip to the fountain. CXK also walked up a little bit here. He should definitely end up dead. Concussive shot to slow him down. He's being walked into. At the same time, Lanfa is also falling low. Chosen One! Chosen One! No! Chosen One left. Lanfa was at 30 health. The Chosen One didn't believe. He pieced out. Silencer dies. Small KK now comes back to find Shusheng. And there's no way that this Clockwork should be able to survive this. Some nice jukes though behind the tower. Getting charged into. It hits him eventually. He's still alive. Small KK blinks with the Echo Slam. One of the pulses actually kills off the Clockwork. But Ling now, he's still alive. Chosen One. He comes back into the fray right now. Finds some Searing Chains onto the Earthshaker. And they eventually kill off Small KK. But not after he's just run havoc over the side of Limit Gaming. Long extended fight here, Fluke. They eventually get their second kill of the game. But ultimately, it's still going to be TD taking the fight.
Yeah, they kind of walking around with the swagger they had in game number 1, right? Where they're getting a lot of kills off Small KK, having some individual brilliances. They're doing a lot of work and just enabling Lanfa to sit back and do his own thing. Chosen One missing that kill bottom is actually massive, right? Like if he gets a kill there on a Lanfa, he's able to move towards his first item, which is probably going to be the Maelstrom. But now a Small KK comes back in once again without the Echo Slam. Doesn't matter, takes out CSK. And yeah, this game is really snowballing hard, and they are putting the pedal to the metal like they need to against Medusa.
Yep. They find and kill the Clockwork now with this dual Ion Shell. Clockwork, if you're next to Medusa, you're in an excellent place to be because you can protect her. But if you're all by your lonesome, you're just easy food for these heroes. And we mentioned it in the draft, they don't have many high cooldowns. It's constant skirmishing from this lineup. And we're seeing that reflected not just in the kill scores, but look at the positions they're occupying on the map right now. They can just play so much more advanced. And Limit Gaming, all they can do is have Ling Niao farm these Ancients by the graveyard. Hope desperately that he gets his drops of slumber this game still.
Yeah, these I mean, he's going to be able to survive enough in these fights to be able to get a lot of the stacks up. Obviously, you get a decent amount from the axes and raw, but yeah, the thing is with this kind of build is you want to stay alive. But the thing is for TD is they've got burst damage, right? Like a vacuum wall into an echo slam combo. You're going to get chains done. The Skywrath Mage ulti on top of that. It's going to be hard to deal with, but at least our limit, they're going to try and push in this T1 tower. They want to try and fight with Aenid.
Aenid is here with the vac wall. A does trigger the stone gaze. All right, they need to leave. They need to get the hell out of here. Wrong way. Leng Niao, boys, wrong way. Leave him. Xu Sheng will end up dead. Leng Niao gets the memo to retreat, but it might be too late. They get a little glimpse of vision on top of him, but they don't have enough to get a charge. They don't find a CXK either. CXK, though, chased by Ranfu Dao. There's the vision they needed. Charge, not even needed. A small KK has the blink and the right-click damage necessary as they find yet another kill. They smoke up here, Fluke. They're not done just yet. They know Medusa's farming somewhere. If they find her, this could be huge. She doesn't have Stone Gaze. She is in trouble. Silence up. There's going to be the Echo Slam. Mystic Flare out. Charge in. Killed off. Small KK. Finally showing us what he can do with this Earthshaker.
Yeah, and I'm shocked. There must have been a chat after game number 2, and they have pulled their socks up and pulled themselves together. They look like a different squad. It looks so much better when they're playing together.
Silence onto Chosen. They should be able to kill him off. Oh, okay. Nice little dodge and juke with the safety remnant on the left-hand side. It enables him to escape. But the one thing that we have not seen in this game is them all just sitting back farming cavalierly. They're playing Dota. Down bottom, Dota is still being played onto Aaron's life. It gets taken away. This might buy an opportunity for Limit Gaming to finally win a fight as the Primal Roll thrown out onto Ironhead as well. He's inside some cogs, but yes, like you say, it's quite tanky. Still has Guardian Greaves to pop as well. And they buy back on the Spirit Breaker, charging directly onto Xu Sheng. They should be able to kill off the Clockwork. At the same time, Beastmaster doing his best to just try and run away from all these constant slows, but with Mystic Flare and another vacuum, they have what it takes, and they kill off this Beastmaster. Chosen One, he's here as well in the fight. There is RP available. It will be triggered out, but the Stone Gaze came first, so they have to run away right now. Aaron, he dies first, and here comes A's Medusa, right-clicking through some of these heroes, and they've managed to bring down Ranfu Dao. Can't run away from Chosen One. Gets caught with the Searing Chains. That sets up a double kill for the Ember Spirit. They send a tip towards Ranfu as well. Well, might seem a bit rude, but they've won their first fight this entire game, so they're allowed to be a bit jubilant right now.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad RP, to be perfectly honest, right? You could see the pump fake the first one, and then pulled in the second one. I thought they definitely could have just tried to get themselves out of dodge. Small KK might get himself a freebie here.
Yep. Looking
Battery
for Xu Sheng. Hook shot back just to try and break Blink Dagger. He will go. He's still chasing him. Has the Aghanim Scepter, so Enchant Totem hit us up. So Blinks gets the kill. Took a little bit longer than expected, though.
Pretty interesting interaction with Battery Assault and Ag's Earthshaker. It just drops him down to the ground like a rock. Pretty funny. He doesn't actually get to follow him, so they at least get themselves a trade kill back.
Ooh. He tried to kill Chosen One. And Chosen One almost died. He's getting charged into. Nether Strike, that'll kill him. You know what's really sad? He didn't have enough mana. He actually saw the Spirit Breaker charging him, but he didn't have mana for the Searing Chain, so he couldn't stop it from happening.
Yeah, it's rough. You hate to see that. And again, TD, they are just walking around the map and getting big kills. They are definitely starting to become very scary heroes on the map. They've almost got to Shadowblade. They're a decent amount of gold away from the Shadowblade on Aaron, but the gold on these other heroes is massive. Aenid, he's got all these auras up. He's got Guardian Greaves as well as Crimson Guard. He's going to be hard to deal with. Small KK is going to go in for a Halberd, which I don't mind. I don't think there's really any other items you can kind of go for. Maybe you just go like Octarine Core would be kind of the next one that you want to try and go for. But getting the Halberd means that they just mitigate all the damage that that A is doing, who has a Diffusal Blade.
Yeah.
I'm not too sold on it, just because it means that you're going to have Diffusal Blade illusions as well. And I just imagine this game, it's all about getting as big and tanky as possible so he can deal damage. I would have thought maybe like Chrysalis Scardy would have been a good way to go. Just gives you that extra bit of right-click damage as well as his survivability. But he goes to the Diffusal. I mean, if you're getting Diffusal hits off, then you're definitely burning through the mana of like a Magnus and small KK, so it can feel nice for you, and just gives you that little bit of extra catch so people can catch up. So it's not the worst, but I don't think it's the best for this game, because you definitely don't want to have A fighting in a lot of these fights until he becomes scary and has like an Aegis at his back.
There was a game where there was a Shadow Demon picked into a Medusa, and in that game she built Diffusal Blade, and her and her team got wrecked. Absolutely demolished. It was not good. So this is very peculiar to witness A having done this. Honestly, I wouldn't even mind if a fight goes badly enough, I wouldn't mind if he sold the item. It could be really detrimental. But as for it has to be seen how it impacts the fights. As right now, TD are just taking down a Roche. They get an Aegis into the hands of small KK. That's an interesting Aegis carrier. Giving it to the Earthshaker, but they value his contribution to the fight that much. Right now, CSK and the boys just have to say bye-bye, Shusheng, as a Clockwork gets blown up by Ranfu Dao and Aaron.
Yeah, they're just doing a good job at staying together in these kind of kill squads, right? Lon First is sitting back and farming. He's going for a Butterfly next, which, I mean, I don't hate. I would have loved to have seen him go for a Blink Dagger and then just kind of play around RP and vac wall and all that wonderful stuff.
Chosen One, oh no, he had a safety remnant, but it's only in the top. How can you outplay this? What you got, Chosen One? Show us your paso doble. Will he survive this? He's actually baiting them, so they don't know exactly where the remnants are going to be at just yet. He does go. He's trying to get himself through the twin gate. There's no way this is going to work out, my friend. He is dead to rights, killed off, and that's going to be a mega kill streak for small KK. Oh, for small KK got a mega kill streak by killing the Beastmaster elsewhere on the map, because they can fight on multiple quarters, Fluke. And they're not done with this fight. 2 heroes with the fissure. CXK forced to pop the global silence. Charges coming in towards him. Small KK, though, is taking a fair amount of damage on his Earthshaker, being done in by A. Nether Strike sends in. There's going to be the wall. Oh no, it's your own illusions. Look at your mana going away so quickly. Stone Gaze does get popped right now. He gets tempted to at least kill small KK. But temptation is not worth it. It always leads to disaster. And in this case, it does. 5 heroes dead across the map. TD, Resurgent. They're going to be claiming a tier 2 tower as well. And honestly, Fluke, the game is starting to feel like it's almost over for the side of Limit Gaming.
Yeah, they're just not getting into any of these fights and being able to deal with the fast pace that we've got coming in from TD. They've got a few items. They've got the Drums of Slom, but yeah, it just feels like going into this game number 2, the itemization is really starting to hurt them. I'm not quite sure if I'm really down for the Drums of Slom. I thought maybe if you just had to get some of these auras, like you really need a Guardian Greed, you really need to try and make sure that you have a Pipe of Insight as well to mitigate a lot of that damage, keep the Deucer alive and allow Chosen One to play his game as well. And the Diffusal Blade, to me, is just really not it. You could see how quickly she lost her mana pool. She got a massive snake coming back and got back up to full mana, but you have 1,500 mana pool. Like it's you're not like the 99% damage reduction Medusa that you were previously, right? It is still a lot easier for you to lose that mana pool with the damage per mana. So it's a hard time being this Medusa right now, especially when you're this far behind. And Lon Fur, he's gonna have that Butterfly coming out. Actually, he completed Satanic first. So his Butterfly is going to come up nice and fast. And at that point, I mean, do they have the damage on limit? I don't think they do.
They don't have any Chrysalises or the like on this Medusa. If she was looking for a meaty damage item, maybe that over the Diffusal. But they're going to try to take a fight on the side of Limit Gaming as they bring in this Deucer. They want to try and make sure that she's at the focal point of this engagement. But they're playing into an Aegis. I don't know about the wisdom of this kind of fight. They're going forward. Chosen One looking for a target. He comes across Ionid, who just easily blinks away. And these are all very beefy targets, unless you find the Skywrath Mage. And even then, Ranfu Dao is no joke. 1,800 HP, 5 armor. Aaron now, just trying to stalk through, gets a charge through the both supports. Nether Strike, who's it gonna hit? Nobody yet. They drag back in the Silencer. They can't prevent the global though, but they still kill off the Silencer. Chosen One, caught in with the Nether Strike. RP is there as well. The Ember, he's in danger and now he's dead. A goes in with the Stone Gaze, playing very far away from this vac wall, but now the heroes get fissured up, charged into, Echo Slam comes back in. Leng Yao's gonna be the first one to fall, and A is completely surrounded, completely disarmed, and now completely killed. A godlike streak for our Earthshaker. A fleeing Clockwork says bye to the fight, bye to the team, and TD feel like they can do no wrong. They take down 4 Fluke, and looks like they're about to take some more towers in their process.
Oh, they just call it. It seems like Limit don't want to play the rest of this series. And that's going to be a 2-1 victory for TD.